Hello everybody, welcome back to the vlog. I'm JMe Parcon. If you're new here, I live in New York. I like to do a lot of things, including theater things. And I actually like saving all of my theater content for one video at the end of each quarter because, I don't know, it's just fun for me to watch it back to back to back to back. So here we are at the end of Q3. If you were here for the Q1 and Q2 videos, I only had 2 rows of playbills, and as promised, I added the third one because it was extremely necessary. So gratefully, summer was very busy for me. I had a bunch of trips and hung out with a bunch of friends, and I am still editing those vlogs. But that means I didn't really get to see any shows in July. So this video is gonna cover August and September, which includes 4 musicals, all of which I've seen before, 3 concert experiences, including Elsie Fest, 2 singing server experiences, 1 museum of Broadway, and the annual Broadway Flea Market. So let's get into it. So starting off with Broadway in the Park with Adam Jacobs and Arielle Jacobs. These 2, brother and sister, super talented, sang a bunch of songs from their career, so like from Aladdin, from Here Lies Love, and I am just such a big fan of them, especially Arielle. Between the Lines is one of my favorite things ever. Like, I listen to the soundtrack all the time, and I was really glad that they sang some songs from there, and Adam and Arielle actually did the My Perfect World duet. So let's play that clip.
Oliver, does it talk like this?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Daylight, waking up beside you, marveling at your beauty. In the early sunbeams, I'm overjoyed.
Weekends, going on adventures, or maybe watching movies, laying on the sofa and holding hands.
We're face to face.
In the same time and space.
It can't get any better.
We'll finally be together in my perfect world. You are next to me in my perfect world. You are always right here.
The future is nearer. You're holding it clearer. I love how you fit into my perfect world.
Very nice, thank you.
And I'm super excited because the pro shot of Between the Lines is on Broadway HD. I haven't subscribed yet, but I will, and I will definitely be talking about it next quarter. Show number 2 was Idina Menzel on her Take Me or Leave Me concert tour. This was at the Beacon Theater on the Upper West Side. Being New York, I mean, obviously we are all big Idina theater fans. We know her not as Adele Nazim, but as the wickedly talented Idina Menzel. I love the elevated cabaret of it all. Idina comes out in a fully glam, super frilly, lots of ruffles, big old hat, very chic, very beautiful. And, you know, she sings songs throughout her career. But as the show goes on, she sheds the layer of the dress here, takes out the outer skirt, sheds another outer top. It's just the dress has so many layers. So eventually she sheds all of the layers of the dress. She's just in an underslip. She starts singing No One Mourns the Wicked. And then she pulls out her hair extensions, takes off the false eyelashes, wipes the makeup off her face. And it was super impactful. Just wow, to put it all out there and be super raw and be super talented with your voice. I loved it so much, and here's a clip of her singing.
Really give it to me. Yes, that was good. That was good. cold at the bottom.
Oh my gosh, this upcoming season is just gonna have all these Broadway divas on stage, and I'm here for it. Cannot wait to see Redwood and everything else. So just 2 shows for August, and then we get to September and I get visited by not 1, but 2 brothers with not 1, but 2 nieces who love Broadway. So I got to see a few shows with them. My vlog editing queue has only hit July, so it'll be a while for their vlogs to come out. So it's pretty cool that this vlog will get a sneak preview of what we did together. So the first to visit was Jazzy. She brought her parents, Bea and Erik, along. And our goal was to go see Hadestown. But before that, I actually made reservations at GAYLE'S Broadway Rose, which I had seen through social media and have always wanted to go. And Jazzy visiting was obviously the perfect excuse. So we went and it was pretty cool, like very bright inside. Our server was Sandrine and she was really nice. She was actually the first one to sing for that night. And about halfway through, we realized that we could throw in some requests. So we did. Jazzy requested Hamilton. I think I have a clip of that.
Oh my god, it's everybody!
Unimportant, there's a million things I haven't done. Just you wait, just you wait.
But it feels like smash with you talking to the world. The feeling of freedom of seeing the world spread like with the king and her. You see it right? Politics not the truth, it's the dreaming. Instead of total dreaming, it's dreaming. It's a bit of a dance, a bit of a posture, it's a bit of a stance. It's a bit of a flirt, but I'm gonna give it a chance. Dance like a digital book, dance to the study, it's kind of a secret dance. Dance on, boys, and all the peach fuzz, and you're getting growing. I wanna take a bar away from this place, but I turn to my sister's face, and she is so clear.
Overall, I really liked the vibe. It was just perfect, and seeing Jazzy like singing and enjoying herself was just chef's kiss, you know? The food was not chef's kiss, but that's okay. That's not what we went for, right? Hadestown. Oh, Hadestown. Erik and Bea wanted to see Jordan Fisher. He unfortunately was recovering from COVID, so he was not in that night, which I found out right before we went to GAYLE'S Broadway Rose. So talked to the box office. I'm in the queue to get post-dated tickets. Hopefully that all works out. And you know what? Things work out the way they do. Fortunately, I live here, so you know, I am in a position where I can use the Hadestown tickets for later. So instead, I went to the TKTS booth and I was able to score tickets to 6. And Jazzy was actually more excited to watch 6. I mean, she loves all of the songs that she hears on TikTok. It happened to be the 6th of the month. And since it was the 6th of the month, they had a talk back after the performance, which we didn't stay for, and that means there probably wasn't going to be a stage door, so we just called it a night from there. It's your first Broadway show. How do you feel?
Excited.
What do you think of the theater?
It looks pretty big, but in reality it's small. It feels like we're so close.
The next show is Wicked. So Bea wanted Jazzy to see the play before the movie comes out. And back in March, she had told Jazzy if she finished the book by Gregory Maguire, then we'd go to New York. Jazzy didn't end up finishing the book, and I think that's okay because the book is a lot different than the musical, so good call there. But we still went. It was very exciting. Their visit actually was during Broadway week, so we got to get 2-for-1 tickets. We got 2 pairs at the 2-for-1 price, so it came out to like $80 each. So Jeff and I sat in the front row, and then Erik and Bea sat in the second row, and then we bought a full price ticket for the adjacent seat so that the family could sit together. But it was still savings overall, and Wicked is such a blockbuster that like cheaper tickets are very rare to come by. So that being said, let's play the footage.
Happy birthday, Jazzy.
Happy birthday, Jazzy.
Happy birthday, Jazzy.
Okay, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Intermission check.
So good. So good. So good.
Well-
Did I mention it's so good? It's so good.
So good. So, what'd you think of Popular?
Great.
What'd you think of Defying Gravity?
Oh, greater. Even greater. Here, so I have my playbill holder. It's great. We're gonna try to get autographs after. Orange. Sour Patch Kids. Sour. Try not to flinch. Pringles.
Do you want to do a merch haul?
Nice.
Turn it around.
What is it? It's nice. It's cool. Then I got a bracelet. Defy Gravity. It's like the best one you can get. Then I got a shirt. I love this shirt.
Pink goes good with green. Cool sweater. Were you cold?
Her sister was a witch. Nesra's sister was a witch, Elphaba. And what was Elphaba's sister?
A princess.
To meet you. I like your green dress. It's very Oz.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great job.
Did you like the show?
Yes.
I love the eyes. This glitter.
Thank you.
Yes. How did you see it before, or is this your first
This
time?
is my first time.
Welcome to Oz. I love it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna this right here.
Great show.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have a question for you. Do they like customize your Tin Man mask?
Yeah,
like the
it's all
Phantom?
to your face. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
cool.
pretty
Yeah, I was like, it was so fitted on
It
you.
is really cool.
Yeah,
I'm glad you noticed that. But thanks for coming, y'all.
Thank you.
Enjoy your night.
Did you notice that? These are the things I noticed. She has a G. I saw the monkeys get prepped on stage before they flew.
Oh, I saw
You saw that? Yeah.
I saw them like on the side,
Yeah.
like on the top. I was like, oh, that's what they were doing. Okay.
How are you?
It's a great show.
Good.
Is this your first time to see Wicked?
Yeah.
What's our first time in New York?
Hi.
Like your butterfly clips.
Thank
I can't believe those
you.
are back in style. That's what we were when I was your age. It makes
You
me
did-
feel old.
You did so good.
Thank you. Do you want
Can
a
we take
picture?
a yeah.
Yes, please.
1, 2, 3. Great. Oh, thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Great show.
Thank you so much.
How is it flying? How is it flying up
Oh,
there?
it's awesome. I love it. It's like getting on a Disney ride at work. I'm very into it. It's the best entrance on Broadway.
It's so good.
Ready?
I love Wicked. I just saw it for the first time. I love it.
Okay, so show number 5 was Elsie Fest. And I'm purposely recording this intro the day after the concert because I need to reflect on it right now. So, okay, like this happened. This happened. JC was there. Okay. Elsie Fest is a music festival for theater lovers. People who go just love theater. They're in theater, they watch theater, anything, everything, right? And not just like Broadway theater, but like people who were in school and did it, or like watched it in school, or like watched something else that like with singing and dancing. It's put on by Darren Chris, also half Filipino, and he has a foot in both Hollywood and the theater world. So he just was able to bring so many people on stage. So when Elsie Fest was announced, they named a handful of people that were going to be there. Joy Woods, Jordan Fisher, Rachel Zegler. And these are people who are currently on Broadway or soon to be on Broadway. Lizzie is a famous YouTube singer, and like her set was just so cool because she was just doing it for all of us. She was doing everything that like I wish I could do if I could sing. I would totally just like assemble whatever Broadway like cast to duet with, like Derek Klena, Anais Mitchell. So my favorite moment was when Darren Criss talks about how the songs that we grew up with in the 90s, 2000s are now part of the Broadway world. And then he goes on to sing It's Gonna Be Me by NSYNC, which of course, you know, that's an and Juliet, so that makes total sense. And I was really tired on this Sunday, and I was standing in the back by the sound booth, leaning against the rail, and after Darren sings the first verse and chorus, he's like, well, it can't just be me. I'm gonna bring out a member of NSYNC. And let me tell you, I I ran from the back. I squealed first, and then I made my way through the crowd. Some girl was walking with a drink, and I probably almost spilled it. I'm so sorry. But I just had to get as close as I could. And it was JC CHASEZ. It was this man right there. And it makes perfect sense because we all know that he's working on a musical based on Frankenstein. And it makes total sense for him to be there because he announced that there's a concept album coming out in October. Oh my gosh, congratulations, JC. Amazing. I can't believe that like this is an intersection of one thing that I really love, which is Broadway, and another thing I really love, which is NSYNC. Like intersecting. Oh my gosh. And I wish I could have been here when Joey was in Rent and for a bunch of other things, but this is why I moved to New York. Like, to be around this environment, because theater is just something that's just so ingrained in me. Like, I love it. I was watching Jazzy have the time of her life here, and that was me when I was a kid. Minus TikTok, minus social media. You know, what did I have to like become such a fan? I had the Tonys, I had my musical theater class, I had soundtracks, CD soundtracks, you know, that I would go to the library and check out and then download into my MP3 player. So this, getting to be at Elsie Fest, getting to see all of it and be surrounded by other people who were just as nerdy as me was the greatest feeling. Plus, we were at Pier 17 on a rooftop. So you've got the Brooklyn Bridge as a backdrop. You've got the Empire State Building on the left side. You've got more of the Brooklyn Bridge on the right side with the water. It was just a beautiful, beautiful environment. And now let's play the clip of JC singing It's Gonna Be Me. And it's just gonna be really me fangirling.
You got no choice. To waste, but you're just too blind to see. But in the end, you know it's gonna be me. You can't deny. So just tell me why I do. Never seems enough for you. You don't wanna lose it again, but I'm not like them. Baby, when you finally get to love somebody, it's gonna be me. There comes a day, I need your help, when I'll be the one, honey. You'll see what you said. It's gonna be me. All that I do is not enough for you. I don't wanna lose it. It's gonna be me. Hey, baby, come on. I loved you endlessly when you weren't there for me. So now it's time to leave and make it alone. Bye bye.
I still can't believe this happened. I still have hopes, forever hopes of getting to see the 5 of them perform together. I will take all of these solo opportunities that I'm getting these days, but one day, all 5. I never got to see it. Please, I just really want to see it. Okay, back to theater content. And the next theater thing is the Museum of Broadway. I went with Carly and it was super fun because we went to the Museum of Broadway together in November of 2022 when it first opened. So it was fun to see like the really cool things that are still there and all of the neat little updates. They had the Gutenberg hats and they added the Once Upon One More Time scroll from Scroll Club. And it was the opening of the Viva exhibit for Hispanic Heritage Month. I think it was especially cool because we visited the day after the Emmy Awards and John Leguizamo had a moment on the Emmys where he got to speak out about like being seen on Broadway as Hispanic and like pushing the Academy to broaden their horizons and vote for more people and get more of us out there. So I really enjoyed that. I really relate to that. So many of the shows featured in that exhibit are hits. I mean, a lot of them have turned into movies even. All right, one day. Filipino room.
Yes.
Or Asian room, I'll take that. Long farewell, Auf Wiedersehen. So 2 weeks after Jazzy left, Sophie got to visit with her dad, and she loves Aaron Tveit, and period. She loves Aaron Tveit, right? She also loves theater, and I asked her, I'm like, do you love theater? Like, did you just love it on your own? She said, no, it's because of you. So you're welcome. So Moulin Rouge, like I said, Sophie loves Aaron Tveit, so we went to go see Aaron Tveit. And since that was the goal, I bought the tickets in Right Orchestra that were off to the aisle. Those were cheaper because they're partial view, but there was a door to the stage that the performers were actually using to go in and out. And Aaron, when he first walks out onto stage, comes out of that door. So when you go to Fangirl, you're just trying to be as close as possible. The show is super fun. JoJo was not playing Satine that night, but her understudy was phenomenal. And after we went to the stage door, and Satine did come out, but Aaron did not. But that's okay. How do you feel?
So excited.
And?
Very excited.
All right, intermission check. Sophie, how we doing?
So good so far.
So far?
I'm waiting for the El Tango de Roxanne.
How do you feel about our seats right now?
It's very close. I can see their faces. And I think he pointed at me, so.
I think you did. I think you did point over here. You pointed at least over here.
Yeah.
We're here at the aisle. They come out from here.
Yeah.
Stage is right there. We're in the Moulin Rouge. It is definitely a partial view because we're very much to the side, but I've seen him before, so I'm fine. What do you think of Aaron?
He's really good. He's really good.
Is he everything you expected?
And even more.
And more?
And more.
Heart eyes?
Heart, yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
No, I'm good. It was good. Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Okay.
See you after the show. Layville, your printer was not very good on this batch. Look at the pictures, they're not clear.
Oh yeah, they're like runny.
Do better. After the show and stage door, we walked over to Ellen's Stardust Diner, and the line wasn't too bad. I mean, we waited like maybe 20 minutes total. And so now, having been to Ellen's Stardust Diner and Gail's Broadway Rose, I think that Ellen's Stardust Diner has better food. And the vibe is better at Gail's Broadway Rose for the singing.
Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. They're making me mad. Remember despite our estrangement, I'm your man. This is a solo.
No.
You belong to me. Time will tell. You'll remember.
The next day, Sophie wanted to walk by the Outsiders Theater to get like another picture. And I was like, oh, let's just walk into the box office. I'm sure they'll give us the playbill. And then the person in front of us in line at the box office had just bought standing room tickets. So I was like, oh, how much is that? And it was only $45. So we bought tickets. And you can just tell how like in awe Sophie was. Like, this is original Broadway cast. Everything she's seeing, all the videos, all the TikToks, right? It's these people right now. They are the Outsiders. We got an understudy for Ponyboy who did a great job. And standing room is tough for 3 hours. It's a long time to stand. I was stretching a bunch while standing in place. And then for intermission, we went downstairs to like just sit on the little couch that they have over there. I will say though, like the view from standing room is really great. Like, you just have a perfect view of the entire stage. I personally enjoy the show much better from standing room than I did when I was second row because none of these things flying in my face. The blackout and the pause after the rumble when everyone is just applauding, like you need that to appreciate how much they like put themselves out there. At Theater, I did ask what they eat at the Curtis family dinner at the end of the show, and it's microwave rice and green beans. There were a lot of people at Stage Door after the show now. It's like a boy band, you know what I mean? Like, they've just got so many like young fans who are just like, ah! What do you think?
It's really good, really, really good. I like it a lot.
You meet your life all same like you're worthless, right?
Thank you so much. You made me cry.
Over here, 1, 2, 3. I get chills every time you die, dude. Erik, Bea, and Jazzy left the morning of Elsie Fest, and I was so tired, but I still went to Elsie Fest. And then Dan and Sophie leave the morning of Broadway Flea Market. And again, I was so tired, especially because Dan and Sophie left my apartment at like 4 in the morning. So I like woke up to see them out, went back to sleep, and then woke up again to go to Broadway Flea. This year I made a goal to go like right when it started at 10 because I wanted to see like all of the inventory that they would have. And going at 10 a.m., there is more inventory, but there were a lot of people. And from what I hear, like that's not necessarily just because I went earlier, it's just because this year they raised a record amount of money for Broadway Flea, and that's because a lot of freaking people were there. And if you go on social media, like there's a lot of feedback on how chaotic Broadway Flea was this year. And just from my standpoint, I want to offer a few like ideas. One, I think that something like this should be like a paid day off for the cast and crew of all of these shows. I kind of think it's crazy how like the shows still go on events like this that are taking up, you know, 44th and 45th Street in front of so many theaters. I feel like it's crazy that on the Tony Awards day, like people still do shows and then they change and then they go to the award show. What? So paid day off, and that way there wouldn't be rush lines happening next to Broadway Flea Market because that was an issue, right? Like you had the rush line on this side and then all these people just on the sidewalk. I also think a great investment for something like this would be like a little fence that displays things vertically. I can barely see the tables, and then you have to really make your way to the front to see what's laid out on the tables. But if they had like a fence, then I could see from far away what that table might be offering, and then like I could decide to like fight my way through. But yeah, so anyway, this was my step count. Lots of steps in just a few short hours. And toward the end, my step count went down, and that's when I decided to go home. Okay, yeah, let's do a haul. So first is this Gigi playbill. I couldn't find this playbill last year, so I was happy that it popped up this year. The table had a signed copy by Vanessa and Corey and the full cast, But because I never got to see the show, I didn't really want to pay the $25. So I was excited to find an unsigned one for only $1. Next we have this Stay Gold patch. And I wanted something outsiders, so I thought this was very cute. It was $10, but it came with a Deadpool koozie for free, so let's call this $5 and this $5. And then I got some House of Holbein glasses from 6. These were only $5. So if we're saying this is 5 and this is 5, I'm just gonna give this to Sophie and Jazzy. And lastly, I bought a t-shirt. It's designed like a tour tee, but look, it's the reopening of Broadway. This shirt makes me so happy because it lists all of the shows that I got to work on when I was a COVID compliance officer. And it's just like a timestamp of when I first moved here to New York. So thanks so much, Broadway, for giving me so much joy throughout the years and for continuing to fill my life and my wall. Oh my gosh, if I were to live here longer and make the investment in this wall, should I? That's it for Q3. We've got 3 more months of 2024 and a bunch of new shows that are opening and a bunch of shows I still haven't seen. I would love to hear what your favorite shows are, what you think I should see, and if you want to stick around for more content, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I will see you at the next show, at the next concert, at the next thing, at the next party. Take care.